Minneapolis, Minnesota. It's actually my first time in Minneapolis. 2 weeks deep into this leg of travel. My mentor, Hillary, lives here in Minneapolis, and she actually connected me with some of her clients here in Minneapolis. And it's so funny, like in this new phase of content creation, in this new phase of personal branding, doing what I'm doing, I get to be hired as an expert and not necessarily as the executor. And so she had some of her clients hire me to come out and kind of coach and oversee her content team and basically help them execute their content in real time.
I would move it up.
Higher.
Yeah.
Imagine if you got her sister and then they could play
Yes,
together. Actually, yeah. We live 4 minutes from each other. Soon. We're gonna do a little bit of collagen peptides, a little sheep's milk, a little cinnamon, a little raw honey.
I have been brought out here to come alongside my buddy Blake. Blake is a videographer here in the area who works for 2 of my mentor's clients. And basically I've been able to kind of shadow him all week and see how he does things, like basically understand his processes and kind of impart my knowledge on him and their team. So one thing is, don't be afraid to zoom. Like if there's a tight shot, like go to 50 millimeters or like 70 millimeters. The first client we worked with, she essentially was able to use the way that she's integrated AI in her business and basically spin that and show other business owners how that she was able to integrate it in her business. And now she teaches them how to do the same thing. And it was really insightful being on site. We went to her house. We basically spent a morning with her. Their whole mantra, their whole goal for this shoot was to document her as a human. Because she deals with AI, because she talks a lot about AI, there's this disjunct where people don't associate AI with humanness, right? And so we wanted to convey that human side in a world that could potentially lend itself to not being human. Every time I walk into a room, I think of like the main story driver is her talking, obviously, right? So it's like, that's gonna be the story driver. And then I'm like, okay, what other supplemental things can I add to the story? So even before we leave, like getting a wide shot of the house to establish the setting, maybe getting like a wide shot of the room or the space that she's working in. Like when she's, sitting down to work, like maybe we get a wide establishing shot of her, working, and then that can cut to her talking. So it's almost, I love thinking of building these scenes in progression. Something can be story, even if it's a simple progression of events. Wide shot, cutting to a tight shot, cutting to a medium shot. Random detail shots like that clock, like showing at the clock ticking. She's talking about how she's progressed as a business owner. Like the clock shows progression in time. It's like random things like that add up. She was talking about, as she was making coffee, I might come back around and get some detail shots of the espresso machine, and all of those little detail shots add up. My role during this was essentially to direct and produce in terms of story. We mic'd her up, and then I simply just asked her questions. I talk about curiosity all the time, right? So much of storytelling is rooted in curiosity. So much of storytelling is rooted in just talking and asking questions and being curious. So we spent the entire morning kind of following her around in her everyday routine, and I kind of just chatted with her. How do you deal with creatives and people that want to be creative and they kind of are in this anti-AI position?
Give me an example of a creative that would be anti-AI, because then I can...
So, well, first of all, there's 2 main things that I run into. First of all, people think that AI is going to take over filmmaking, video production. They think it's going to steal their jobs, but then they also think that it mitigates, or it kind of lowers the creative process. It kind of cheats your way into being creative, and it basically hinders people from tapping into that.
Mm-hmm. I think so many people give up their power to other people and AI. And I see it every day with especially 80% of our clients are women. And I will see them come back with something and they'll send to me. Like I have a lot of people reaching out, like, I'd love to work with you. And they'll send me like this Claude built proposal. I'm like, oh my God, this is terrible. Now I love Claude built proposals, but it has to be great. If you send over a B- C+ thing, is it AI's fault or is it your fault? It is 100% your fault. You let terrible work get shipped. That is not AI's problem. That is your problem. You read it and you said, this is good enough. And that is that's the issue. People are like, oh, it's AI slop. Not AI's issue. What, you build a house that falls down and it's made of wood? Is it the wood's problem? Oh, wood sucks. No, whoever built the fucking house, it's their issue. Who architected it? Who just said, yes, those plans look good? Who walked through the house and said, oh my God, yeah, this is gonna be perfect? No, it's the human's problem.
It's interesting to be around high achievers and see how they operate in their mindset, even in the verbiage and the way that she talked about herself and the way that she perceived taking risks, the way that she talked about making jumps and surrounding herself with other high achievers aligned so much with what I constantly talk about in my content. She would say things and I would listen to her and think, dude, I have said that almost exactly in my content, or I've thought that and I resonate with that.
When I decided to shut my business down, my other businesses in April of 2024, I guarantee you, if I had walked into Alex Hormozi's office, who's one of the greatest business coaches in the world, he's very analytical, he's very logical, very philosophical, and showed him the financials of my businesses and said, should I shut these businesses down to go all in on AI education? Because that's what my heart wants. That's what my soul wants. Would he have told me to shut those businesses down? Would AI have told me to shut those businesses down? No, and I've played this game with AI already. I put in all the financials of my old businesses and I said, coach me like the best business coach in the world. And it said, I think you should find someone to run those businesses and then start the new one. But I know intuitively, because I have a connection, whatever, your highest self with a higher power, it was telling me, no, shut them down, make room for all the new things to come. And now we're on track to do $40 million in revenue. The most revenue I ever made in my other businesses was $1 million. But that is when you can connect this spiritual part, this intuitive part with AI, but you never lose sight of the intuition, because that's what I keep saying. That's why I don't like devices on me. I like to find space. I have to be in nature every day. If you're not connected to your actual intuitive desires, what your body really wants, what your soul really wants, AI is nothing for you.
Seeing someone of that status and of that level of achievement with the same ideologies, the same principles, the same frameworks that I subscribe to, that I constantly believe and espouse in my content, not only was it encouraging, but it was invigorating, it was exciting, it was inspiring to see, because I know, I'm like, okay, I have the right mindset. I have a winner's mindset. I have a mindset of someone that goes out and does things. She's just a little bit down the road. She's a little more down the road and she's turned the corner, but I'm right where I need to be because my mindset is in the right place. When I went to Austin and spoke at that event, one of the guys that spoke after me, he and I talked after, and he was like, bro, he's like, what's the actual bottleneck in your business? Is it really editing? Is it really being creative? Or is it all the other busy work that like you do? He was like, your first hire should be someone that solves those problems, not someone that takes you away from doing the things you love.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, you're right.
Was it mostly editing for social type of stuff that you wanted?
But now I've kind of nailed down my system where I'm now filming for long form first, which helps funnel into my social content.
Yeah.
So it's kind of solved that problem in a way.
Yeah. Have you liked doing YouTube?
Yeah.
I did it for a little bit. It was like so much to do, I felt.
For me, because I spent 4 years creating YouTube content for other people, I think that really helped a lot. Helped me understand long form content as a creative process.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, there was like a lot of overthinking to it when I first started doing it, when I first started creating my own YouTube. But I think if anything, it simplified my creative process so much, because you almost get this like endless bank of content.
Yeah.
Because if you film for a YouTube video, if you film for a long, like I call it high production content.
Yeah.
If you film for a big project and then use that as the funnel for the rest of your content, like I can take the Austin vlog that I created where I went to Austin, I filmed for that, and it's a bit of work up front, but I have like endless amounts of social posts. I can do video carousels, I can do still carousels, I can do reels, I can do all these different types of posts. just from creating for that. And to me, I feel like it makes it worth it. When you start out, you have to copy people.
You do.
You have to copy people. And when I remember when I first started creating, there were like several creators. I remember there's a guy I follow, Danny Gevertz. I don't know if you follow him. He's like a fitness filmmaker. Dude, his stuff is really good. But I would literally go through different YouTubers' YouTube videos and I would screenshot frames and replicate those frames in my content just because like I didn't know how to frame shots. I didn't know how to shoot things. And I was like, well, if all else, I'll just literally copy exactly what he shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, he's the GOAT. But then it's like over time you start to pull but you can't just copy one creator, right? Like that was one thing where it's like I would pull elements from different creators. Like maybe I liked the way that he framed his shots, but then I loved the way that, you know, another creator approached their sound design. And then you start pulling those elements, and that is kind of what cultivates your own voice.
It's kind of like trying to look at it in your own perspective, because a lot of times when I do that, I will be like, I can't just go, like I saw he was in like the desert and filmed something, like I can't just go.
Like I know creators and I've seen creators that have copied my content, and I think people ask me too, they're like, do you get pissed when people copy your content? And I'm like, no, I don't, because first of all, imitation is the most sincere form of flattery, but also like it means that what I'm doing is working, but also it means that they're trying. It means that they're, you know, they're starting. So that it almost fires me up more. But one thing I don't get irritated, but I almost am kind of clued into them not being their own creators when they copy it word for word. But if they copy a carousel bar for bar, or if they copy a script bar for bar, frame for frame. I saw a guy post a video the other day that was like exactly the exact same video that I created in the exact same setting with the exact same script. And I'm like, that's great, but like, why don't you just pull one element that you liked? Like, instead of pulling the exact same script, maybe pull the framing. You will always be second place if you copy. That's what I always tell myself. And I don't want to be second place. I want to be first place. I'm all about creating environments that are conducive to creativity and like being able to verbally process. So like, when are you the most equipped to speak on that? Normally it's right after like talk like that. So like a lot of my best ideas come after either conversations I've had, calls with clients, or like meetings, and the iron is hot, so I strike while the iron is hot. So like I have my literal apartment set up. Obviously I use cameras.
I watched your one video about how you like set it up to keep it. Like,
but it helps me.
Content-wise.
It helps me because when I have an idea, I can just boop, press record. Our second part of the day was with another one of Hillary's clients, Sid, who actually, funny enough, helps Callan with her personal branding. So it's cool how it's all interconnected. Honestly, we went to Sid's to film content with her, and it kind of just turned into this conversation about personal branding and creating content from a true place of authenticity. And it was funny, like the first hour and a half was all about her as a expert in personal branding, imparting knowledge to other people on how to create content. But when it comes to her own content, there's this roadblock. There's this roadblock of, is it enough? Is it insightful enough? What is the type of person that I want to be? How do I want to show up in my own content?
I'm like I'm not boring. Like I feel boring when I'm talking about personal brand, but I know that is like, I felt weird because I'm like, shit, I need to validate myself and like talk about it. Like I've built Straight Candid, I built Callan back up, like, but for some reason I'm stuck on myself again. So it's just like...
The thing about Sid is you're getting her right now, type A, work Sid.
Yeah.
But when I'm with Sid, friend Sid, just could fucking type B to the max. Like, it's so funny because I think we're both kind of type A in work, but like life, fucking forget it.
Well,
so
what do you think about?
I think that Sid, the thing, like, even with her personal brand and her as herself, which I think is gonna land more clients eventually, is just fully encompassing the filter that we talked about. Like, how can I make this more fun? Because everybody who's on her personal page, I had her do a question, like, what are words that you use to describe me? And like 80% were like fun, funny, like so like just like lively, kind, like all these things that is missing from her personal brand content. So like, how can we make what she wants to do and help people with more fun?
Huh. Oh my God. I know you'd go.
Oh my God.
That's Hillary when she's listening. That's what she does.
She's an active listener.
I am too the whole time. Sonically, I'm like.
You're a mouth breather, active listener, and I'm a.
Hair looks okay.
Throat cleared out.
I think I'm ready.
That's good.
I think that's good.
So good. I'm obsessed with that.
I look worried.
That's crazy. What
Jordan
is that?
just ordered this. He's like,
Oh.
he got it in the mail and he goes, I'm like, ew.
Is he
Apparatus
fifty?
guy?
He's an apparatus guy, tech guy, apparatus guy.
He likes
Lots of
apparatuses.
things and gimmicky things. I don't like it. Hey, that's mine.
These conversations are really the launching pad by which people can create. A lot of times people want to skip over these conversations and they just want to start creating, which is good. I think a lot of action is one of those things that's hard to teach. And there is an element where you kind of just have to create without thinking. But I think a lot of times people avoid the thinking and they avoid these types of conversations because that's where the real deep work is done, and that's where you really uncover your why. And if you don't have these conversations from the outset, they will lead to burnout immediately.
What pace do you think you run at 8 at?
800?
Yeah.
Probably like 7.
All right, so we're going for some speed today. We got speed at the front, we got speed at the back. We got 2 by 400, 60-second rest. And then we're gonna go 4 by 100. 4 by 100, we are gonna start in that corner. You got 4 of those, 100 meter fast, not sprint, fast, and then jog 300. After that, you got a 2-minute rest. Second half, we got 6 to 8 400 meters with 90 seconds in between, and then 2 400s where we're gonna sprint the straights, jog the ends.
How do you balance How do you balance creating and running?
First of all, I have it down to a science, okay? You have to build it into your rest periods, but the real struggle is sweating. Like, I'm like holding my camera like this. This ain't waterproof, bro. I love giving you the cam.
Dude,
It makes me so happy.
I like having the cam.
Come on, go.
So you want to know the secret to filming yourself while you're running? First of all, you can't be the fastest, right? That's like a given, okay? Well, I'm not the fastest anyway, but bro, you have to like be okay with not getting the best workout. Like if I wanted to get a good workout, I would come here, I would set the camera up in one place, and then I would just work out. But
Get a workout.
I mean, you can still get a workout, but it's not going to be optimal. So whenever I'm doing something like this, like my rest periods will be a little longer, but like we're just having fun. Like it's a run club. I'm not training for anything right now. So I'm going to take the rest periods a little bit longer and use that opportunity to reframe shots, be a little bit more intentional. Like I'm not going to try to overthink it, but I'll just reframe in my rest periods, and that gives me the freedom to get a lot of different shots and still get a decent workout. Legend, Noah Kruger, Brandon, mentor of mine, helping her creative team create better content. What are we holding on that?
I think 5'10".
That's pretty damn good.
That's pretty damn good.
I didn't even see you finish, bro.
30 seconds ago. I feel like shit today.
Dude, I do too, bro.
I feel terrible. This is like a character building day. This shit sucks.
To be at the helm of like 150 people showing up on a Tuesday is kind of wild. So with like 5 weeks left, I think last year, I had to do a bunch of like threshold workouts, track workouts, And I was like, I don't want to do this alone anymore. So I threw it on Instagram. I already had like a Sunday run club. Threw it on Instagram. I said, who wants to do a track workout? I put it up. And I just showed up at the time I said, and we had 12 people. And I was like, damn, that's what we get for Sunday. Let's do this again next week. And then we had 24. And then the next week we had 30. And then it was like 40. And then it snowed. And I was like, we had so much momentum. And I was like, we're doing this next year, no doubt. I think there's a need for community, one, but run clubs have that. But I think there's a need for people to know they can go somewhere and work as hard as they possibly can and still not be the best. And like, that's okay. And you're not showing off, you're not being boastful if you're the fastest person. You can just work as hard as you can or you want to, and everyone's okay with that. And someone's gonna push you. I think it's having a huge impact. I mean, people tell me all the time, like, they work out at Lifetime and they see the same people and they've never talked to them. They come here, they see them, and now they're chatting and they're like, oh, let's go for a run, or like they go grab coffee. You see someone in 2 or 3 different places, it's way different than one place and you completely ignore them. And now people know that there's other people around that really want to work hard and push themselves, and they can kind of dive into that a little stronger.
All right, that's a wrap on track session. Did a couple 400s. Dude, I was averaging like 5:10, 5:15. I think 5:20 was my slowest one. Pretty good, bro. Pretty good for literally not just getting back into running after like a 3-month hiatus. Also 15 pounds heavier. Like, bro, tell everybody I was like moving like a deep breath out there, feeling heavy as shit. It's actually a pretty decent crowd too, which Josh said that was pretty abnormal, but honestly it's pretty cool to, I mean, I have like a good training group with my group back home, but it's cool to see like a big group of people out here doing the same thing. And it's cool. It's just obvious that they seem to get together on a regular basis and that build that community through fitness, which is always a plus. Something I'm always trying to seek out, like-minded individuals, not just in business, not just in creativity, but in fitness and life. And that is extremely important. Felt kind of fit today. The weather was great. Everyone said it was hot, but compared to Bama, bro, this was like glorious weather. Pretty pleased with how I felt today, and it's a wrap on track.
I never meant to call you when you sorrow. I never meant to call you when you pain.